Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode one of the Open the Mind podcast. I'm your host, Jalen, and fortunately enough, I do have my first guest here, Coach Earth, with me. As y'all know, y'all see Coach Earth on the Sports Dropouts podcast every week with the guys where they give their sports takes on different things around the game. Um, they've been giving you guys different things throughout the last couple of weeks, but fortunately enough, we do have the Open the Mind podcast here with y'all today, um, giving you a little bit of the other side of it. They touch like I said, they touch on sports, but this is going to be a new addition to everything that we've been doing so far. They talk about the game. Open the mind, we're going to be talking about life. So we're going to be touching on manhood, growth, healing, and just experiences that we've had overall that we can share and that we can just talk on. But without further ado, Brody, how you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited. Think this is gonna be big, man. This is, touching on, different topics, especially for men, and even more especially for black men. I think that this is something that's gonna be really impactful for a lot of people.
for sure, certainly. And that's the thing, like, it's we're not even gonna keep it just to the men. Like we definitely want everybody involved, like, whatever resonates with you, whatever sticks. Cause we're just gonna talk about all different topics in life and everything like that too. So nobody's excluded, nobody's discriminated by any means, but for sure we're definitely gonna get into those topics that most people do avoid. Talk, maybe it's get in touch with the vulnerability side of it, talk about your darker side of your heart, a lot of things that people don't necessarily think of. But um, appreciate you sitting here down with me, bro. A lot of things that you do, a lot of things that I know about you as far as like the things that you talk about, and you do it with a lot of intention. Um, but as far as the people that may not get to see that from the sports dropout side, or even people that may not even get to know that with knowing you, what's your story? What's a little bit about you that you want to be able to tell people?
Oh man. A little bit about me. Coach Earth, my real name's Charles. I come from Wilmington, Delaware. I grew up on the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. Really proud of where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has whatever their feeling is about East Side now, about Wilmington in general now. Where I grew up is completely different than how a lot of people portray it now. Um, yes, it was, for lack of better words, the hood or the trenches or whatever, right? But there was a sense of community there that could be respected. Um, of course, there was the violence and drugs and things like that. But um, I don't think that Wilmington as a whole gets enough credit for how good it was, or is. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But me growing up there, spent my whole life in Wilmington basically up until high school. Started playing football when I was 5. In the Wilmington Little League, which no longer even exists.
Mm-hmm.
Played for the Wilmington Panthers, right? It was a really small league, just 4 teams. But each community had their own team, basically like East Side slash South Bridge had the Panthers. Then there was the Huskies over West Side. There was the Raiders over North, and then Northeast, like Riverside area, had the Trojans, right? So great league. It was real cool just playing against kids that you knew every year. There was like rivalries built up.
Yeah, facts.
Um, so that was tough. High school wise, I went to Newark High School. Was a bit of a culture shock. So like, we pull, of course, Newark being in the Christina School District, they did pull from the city.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my first time really being around the other side of things. So that was a big adjustment. Um, Skip middle school, of course. Middle school, I went to Prestige Academy, another
Yeah.
school that's no longer around. It was an all
Yes,
boys
I
charter
remember Purdue
school.
Academy. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, my a few of my friends went there.
yeah. It was real small, man. We probably only graduated maybe a couple hundred kids total. But I was in the first graduating class from Prestige, so I was there when it started.
That's
We
dope.
used to, yeah, bro. We used to have middle school. We used to go to school at the Wilmington Powell, bro. Like upstairs, yeah, bro. Like we
Yeah.
rented out the Wilmington Powell, bro. It was so weird. Then we got our building my sixth grade year. We moved into the old Marion T building, in Northeast, like right off of 12th Street. We finished out there, like we grew. I grew with the school. Everything was cool. And then a few years after I graduated, the school couldn't afford to stay open, things like that. It just went downhill. But yeah, went to Newark, and then after Newark, went to Widener University, PWI, up in Chester, small school. Spent a little bit of time there. We'll get into
And
all that
completely.
at a later point. Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Um, I'll talk a little bit why I chose Widener and all that a little bit later, but and then lastly transferred down to DSU,
Mm.
complete another culture shock, another culture shock.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just been all over, man. I'm thankful for football. Thankful for everything that the game, you know, brought me. It took me a lot of places. It kept me away from a lot of things.
Mm.
Um, and pretty much I owe a lot of like who I am to being involved with football, with sports, and now I coach and give back to the youth. Big on volunteerism, big part of my community, and things like that.
No, I love that, bro. I love that. And that's definitely what we was about to get into when it came to just the coaching aspect of it. 'Cause I know you said that you've been playing football since you was 5. So that's really just been your whole life, and you've definitely had probably a lot of coaches or many coaches that you've experienced. For you being able to coach the youth now, what is something that you didn't get when you were in school or what you didn't get when you were younger from your coaches, or something that you know now that you're able to tell, just the, guys that you're coaching at this point?
Oh man, I'll say that I'm lucky, bro, because I never really had a situation where I had a coach that didn't impact my life one way or another. Like
Mm.
even from little league up to college, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been very fortunate to play for uh people that really gave a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
a lot
facts.
of times coaches get like lost in winning and all that stuff. Like we won, don't get me wrong, but I gained things and took things from every coach I ever had. And I remember all my coaches from 5 up to 25 when I stopped playing. So,
Mm.
um, I think they were able, like I was able to pull little pieces out of each one of those people that impacted my life, and now put it all together, and it helps shape how I coach and how I approach different things. There's a little bit of the toughness that I get from coaches, little league, Wilmington league, right? But then there's a little bit more nurturing side that I learned later on, like high school and things like that.
Mhm.
But once we put everything together, it just made everything clicked for me a lot easier. Everything that I do, everything that I am,
Mhm.
just flowed right off of everything that I've been able to gather over the years.
No, definitely. And that's the thing. It's good that you've been able to, just take little bits and pieces of it, especially as you continue to grow. Because you're still young. I mean, for the people that don't know, I'm not going to give your age out or nothing, but you still young, and you're still, really just up and coming at this point. Like, we're in our 20s, but to be able to have the knowledge and have the wisdom for what you've done got for the last, what, 20 years you've been playing? You said from 5 to 25.
Yeah, I played for a while, man.
Dang, man, you like Braun out at this jump, bro. But but
Uh,
for real though, like that's amazing. I know that you said that, you've got a little bit of the nurturing side though from high school. And I know that you said that that was a culture shock just from what you were used to when you were going to those other schools in your early years up until that point. So like, what were the big culture shocks? Because for me, I went to Middletown, so you already know what that situation is like compared to anything of the schools up north.
yeah,
So I never really understood the difference until I, got to talk to people like you, or got to talk to people that went to, Penn or Castle, or, just different schools around the way.
yeah. So it was really just growing up, elementary, middle school, it was people that looked like me and came from where I come from,
Yeah.
right? So I related to people. Feel me? Like dad not in the crib, single mom. We trying to figure out how to do everything. We go outside, we play. Like everything was real relatable. I didn't have to, question who I was. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I get
Yeah.
to I get to high school, and mind you, I think me and one other person from my middle school went to Newark. So I was by myself. I'm on an island, and it
Yeah.
really made me like question a lot of things. So my freshman year coming in there, I wouldn't say I was a tough guy, but I was real defensive. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was used to joking around with my friends. I'm used to playing around, but I get into Newark and I'm just like, anybody say something to me, we can get it. And
Yeah.
I'm not even like a big fighter dude. Like I ain't no big tough guy, but at the same time, I thought I had to assert that type of energy being in those hallways because yes, I was around people that looked like me still, but then there was also people on the complete other side. That was my first time ever really going to school in a majority like white
Fact. Yeah.
situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my middle school teachers was black, students was black. We had a couple, white kids, a couple Latinos, Latinas, right? Like, but it was black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get to Newark and it's a complete opposite where we're there, but we ain't the majority anymore. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I had to kind of navigate and learn a lot about myself in those first couple of years whereas it's like I don't gotta be the tough guy, but I also learned to not be like a pushover either. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like you're not gonna talk to me any type of way, but I don't gotta like overdo it type of thing. So it
No
was
fact.
really just being able to like balance and ground myself to not like get into any situation that really wasn't necessary or called for. You feel what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And then dealing like from like coaches aspect and dealing with administrators and everything, also being white, I had to try to get over that defensiveness with them as well. Like everything, they're not just saying stuff to you because you black type of thing.
Yeah.
You always feel like that, but then it's like at the end of the day, you got to kind of internalize everything, figure out what you could, do or change about the situation, and kind of rework your view on a lot of things. Um, so I had a lot of growing in my first 2 years of high school that
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting to have to do.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, because Newark wasn't even on my list. Like I didn't think I was going to Newark at all. Um, I was supposed to move after my 8th grade year, but then never happened, fell through. And Newark was my feeder school, so I ended
Mm-hmm.
up there, and I got thrown into the deep end, bro. I did not know what to expect, but
Mm.
fortunate for it at the end of the day.
Nah, it's indirectly it was a blessing though.
Mm,
Because you got to learn a lot of things about yourself. And I can relate to you just about just the starting off period, like when you're not used to certain things because I was the same way, but I'm really just trying to find myself and my identity in a place where, it doesn't fit. Like I'm living in Middletown and the conception of Middletown, right? Like
mm,
just, all the nice single homes and it's a lot of, more predominantly white neighborhoods and it's the safer area of Delaware where people can go to school at. But
mm,
for me, I'm still living in like an apartment with my mom. I'm still, you know, not able like, my mom had gave me and blessed me with a great childhood. So I can never say that I went without. But just growing up seeing her struggle, growing up seeing her kind of sacrifice and have to do certain things. I'm coming home after school when she's not there because she's working. I didn't have my dad in the crib either. So it was those things that like you didn't have, but then you go to school, you see everybody with the newest shoes, you see everybody with the newest clothes, and you're going school shopping at Burlington or you're going school shopping at Foreman Mills. And
no
at that
bull.
time, middle school, like and even high school, you get played for that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, like you get real defensive and you get real like, hurt about that shit. And you got no choice but to fire back. You got no choice but to say something. So I
Right.
definitely understand where that comes from as far as just the defensiveness, because for me, I had to like same thing, like learn how to just humble myself in a way and soften my heart. Like it's like I'm in this situation, but I can't necessarily project myself being worse than anybody or less than anybody because I don't come from a certain background. If anything, you got to utilize that as like your weapon or that double-edged sword as a positive. Like, if you were to be in the same situation as me, how would you function or how would you work?
Yeah.
So I definitely do love that. And love that you just kind of touched on that a little bit too. But also now with that, I know that with coaching, it does come on that other side of like, we talked about this a few different times before. So I definitely wanted to ask you about this a little bit more. Like with you being a coach and you coaching different kids and teenagers and having to understand them, like comes with the parents. So how does that work as far as dealing with like certain parents that feel like they have to always have a hand in what you do with their child or what you're doing with their son in a way, as well as just the pride that comes behind that with them.
Oh man, when I first started coaching, I was coaching in like a public like travel team, like Pop Warner type of thing, right? And I was coaching 8-year-olds, babies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, Parents, in my opinion, ruin sports for kids way faster than any coach I've ever seen.
Hmm.
Um, there's a thing with parents thinking, especially nowadays, the everybody plays, the participation awards, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, I get it, right? Like you're paying your $200 fee or whatever, just like everybody else. But at the end of the day, this is a game that we're trying to win, type of thing, right? So I've had run-ins with parents that weren't happy that their kid wasn't getting playtime, things like that. Not happy about the way I talked to their kid. I'll never forget. I had a parent approach me one time after practice because I told their kid to shut up. Right? Didn't curse, didn't do
Yeah.
anything, and it's like it was crazy to me because not to say that it's necessarily a good thing, but when I started playing football at 5, 6 years old,
Yeah, that's what
oh,
you was
you
told.
motherfucker, get on the line. Like
Hmm.
it's like that was the culture that I was used to, and that was how brash I was coached. So when I got into it, I'm thinking like, all right, I can sprinkle a little bit of that in. I'm not cussing at 8-year-olds, but I'm, you know what I'm saying, establishing a little bit of what's the word I'm looking
Urgency.
for? Right. Urgency,
Yeah.
discipline, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't think that I was doing anything out of the norm, but it was a lot harder. Like I could explain to an 8-year-old why they're not starting. Right?
Right.
Like you come to practice, you don't practice hard, you don't learn the plays, you don't right? Like I can explain that to them. And it's an easier conversation than it was to explain to their parent why they're not playing. Right. And the worst part about it is like when I was coaching at that level, it kind of felt like sometimes the parents felt like it was daycare. Like you drop them off to practice and you know for at least the next 2 hours that they're going to be taken care of, and y'all go and do whatever and come back and pick them up, right? So,
Okay.
and I get it. Like it's hard to be a parent's busy life. Maybe you went to the grocery store, maybe you went shopping, whatever you do, but then you come back and you don't know what your kid did for the last 2 hours. But you come on a Saturday when we're playing, like, why is my kid not on the field? And it's like, just stay for a practice. Like, just stay here and see what actually goes on. How we come with a plan for these 2 hours and your kid can't do it, right? We're conditioning, your kid can't keep up. We're running plays, your kid doesn't know the plays. We put him in, your kid messes up, or he's a behavioral issue on the sideline. He's fighting. Like these are all things you miss, but you want to yell at me on game day because your kid isn't playing, right?
And that's the whole
So that
time.
was that was hard for me to navigate at first, but of course as I moved up, moved on to coaching middle schoolers at Holy Angels CYM, complete another culture shock because it's like you go from loud, obnoxious city ball, like you know what I'm saying, like craziness to
Mm.
CYM where it's like they make a play and it's golf claps. You know what I'm
Cool.
saying? And I love
Yeah.
CYM, the structure, the organization, everything about it, spot on. I didn't deal with parents much in CYM. It's if you got an issue, go talk to the head coach. Right.
Okay.
So I was able to avoid a lot of that. And then even more so now, coaching high school is kind of the opposite, right? So when I was a kid, they approached me because their kid's not playing and wanna well what are you doing? Now it's more so like I get parents that'll come up to me like, hey, I love what you're doing. My son's working hard. What else can he do? Right. So it's like I've had the full spectrum of dealing with parents, and it can be really negative if you're overly investing yourself into your kid, right? So you want them to live up to whatever standards you set for them. And I get that, but it's like the kid has to play. As good as you might have been, as tough as you might have been, your kid is on the field now. It
Right.
isn't you. You got to understand that it's not always going to be that simple, that oh, I'm an all-star, my kid's gonna be an all-star,
Yeah.
right? Everybody ain't got it. And I'm the type where it's like I'm so straightforward with stuff. Like I will tell you, like, your son doesn't have it. He
Mm-hmm.
can, he might, but he don't got it right now.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? And it's like it really taught me how to have difficult conversations, but also stand my ground. Like you're not gonna bully me into putting your son on the field.
Right.
Take them.
Yeah.
They can go. It's that simple.
No, that's a fact. I feel like, bro, honestly, like, it goes both ways because if you were like that parent that was actually really good at sports and your child isn't, then you look at it from that perspective. Because I know for me, bro, like I wasn't good at sports, period. So I know if I had a kid that was doing anything where I felt like they was at least better than me, bro, I'm like, I'm gonna fuel that. So I probably would be that, well, like, bro, like what's going on? Like, why my kid? Like, like that's what it comes with. But it does that you do gotta like humble yourself though, because you gotta understand, like, if you're not coming to the practices, you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, then you're not going to even understand what we're doing on game day.
Right.
So I definitely understand that. That's
And it was
crazy.
so bad, bro. I seen dudes like shop their kid around. Like, oh, if y'all want him to play for y'all this year, what y'all got to offer? What
Offer.
do we have to offer? Oh yeah, I shouldn't have to pay the fee. Why not? Like, we're talking about 8-year-olds, bro. Like
Mhm.
eight year
Oh,
olds,
he's doing a what?
8-year-olds, bro. Because everybody's nationally ranked now. Everybody goes to these combines and camps. I love it for y'all. Like that's an amazing experience.
Yeah, it's
But this
huge.
is this is city ball, bro. Like we don't have nothing to offer. I'm fully volunteer, bro. Like I'm using my own gas bread, taking kids home. Like not me personally, right? Because I didn't even have Will at the time. But the point is, like everything that we did at that point was for the love. Like
Right. Just
I
just
don't
for the game.
I don't got nothing to offer, bro. Like I'm
Yeah.
not even getting nothing for being here, besides the satisfaction of giving back to the community. Like
Right.
it was a lot of strange stuff, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man.
That's crazy. That's tough. But I mean, nah, it's just it's amazing though, bro. Like to just hear you talk about your experiences with coaching and everything that you've done up until this point. And definitely just shout out to you and praying that you continue to keep on with that journey because it's a lot of kids. It's a lot of kids like us. I say that grow up without fathers, or even just kids that are growing up struggling that may not even understand the life aspect behind the sport that need that involvement and need somebody like you, in their life to be able to coach them past just the field. So definitely hats off to you for that one. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you, bro.
But before we continue though, if you made it this far, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe to the Sports Dropouts podcast. Like I said, this is just in addition to what we already have and what we have planned in store with y'all moving forward. So if you like what you see, even if you didn't like it, shit, leave a comment for us. Let us know what you didn't like. But we definitely got more in store for y'all. Follow us on all platforms, on all Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Am I missing something, bro?
Um, no, I think that's it, bro.
Yeah, but we need all the engagement that we can get, and the more engagement that we get from y'all, the more that y'all are gonna get from us. Trust. So make sure that y'all go ahead and do that. I'll even give y'all a minute for real shit. Saying I ain't
Oh,
fuck-
audio platforms, bro. Audio
audio
only
platforms.
platforms.
Yes, yes, like
Spotify, Apple
I
Podcasts.
podcast. Yes, everything. We're everywhere. So anything that it comes to, if you commuting, watch it on YouTube, need it on your phone, we everywhere. Tap in with us. But I am going to transition and segue into the next part of just talking to you, bro, and getting more into your life. You are a married man, so definitely want to kind of pick your brain and see what's going, like, see where, your thoughts are when it came to earlier on into your relationship or even when you were single, going into that point, as well as just where you are now. But let's, how has that been? How's married life been?
Man, it's a blessing, bro. Like to put it in short, bro, it is nothing short of a blessing, man. Like, uh, so my wife and I have been together for 8 years. We've been married for going on 2 in November, right?
Yeah, man.
Um, but the it's always crazy when I talk about it because like we met probably at the worst time for me to be dealing with somebody. Oh
That's
man, like it was
yeah.
the worst time, bro. Like I had just so like I said, I went to Widener University first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, things didn't go how I expected to go. Expected it to go at Widener. So I ended up leaving there. I do a semester at Del Tech, and I'm like, you know what? Del Tech doesn't feel serious enough for me. Let me go down to an actual campus. Um, Now, half of my decision to go to a campus was based on the fact that I technically didn't have anywhere to like live low key. Like I was staying at my grandma crib
Yeah.
in a room, but like it wasn't it didn't feel like the way to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Right.
bro, like I had a little bit of freedom at college. I felt a little bit better. My mind was in a little bit better of a place. Let me go get on a campus and figure it out. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I go down DSU and I'm fully prepared, locked in. Like, look, we're gonna get whatever done we need to get done. There's a lot of issues with financial aid and things like that where I didn't even get to really move into my dorm on moving day. Like,
Damn.
uh, they let me stay in the room. I didn't have my bedding, nothing. I had to clothes on my back and a book bag. And it was like I had to wake up the
Oh,
next day and spend my whole day in the administration building to see if I was even gonna be able to stay there,
right.
type shit. So like once I was on campus, I'm like, all right, that was a hiccup, but we're gonna be cool. I start getting into classes, and it's like I had my little stipend from my financial aid to help with like books and whatnot, right? So I get you know almost everything I think I need, but everyone knows like textbooks, materials, things like that can be expensive, especially if you don't already have some of the stuff. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I grab everything I could grab, and I still am unprepared for a lot of my classes. Like and I had no money, like nothing. So I'm walking to the little strip malls across the street every day, applying, going to places like, yo, are y'all hiring? Y'all hiring? Because at that time I hadn't really worked like a like real full time job yet in my life. Because I
Right.
was football
Well, the whole way.
24/7. I've
Yeah.
done little like side jobs and little thing like weekend things and stuff like that, but like just enough money just for me to have a good summer. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So being on campus by myself is like, yeah, I got my meal swipes, I got my meal plan, I got somewhere to lay my head, but it's like them late nights, early mornings where ain't nothing open and you hungry
Nice.
as hell. Like it
What you
got
going?
dark, so I'm just like, my money had to go to certain stuff first, so school became like an afterthought while I'm staying on campus. So what I was thinking was gonna be like my way out, a fresh start, a fresh breath, actually became like a prison for me, bro. Like no lie, like I'm in my room. I don't even know how many hours a day. Like nothing. I'm not going to
Yeah.
class. Like, bro, I'm in the deepest depression I ever been in. I'm not playing football. I went down there expecting to like walk on. I get there, I'm going to the meetings. Everything seemed cool. Then boom, whole John get fired. Like head coach, athletic director, everything gone. So I'm not getting communication no more. I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do next? And this all happened in the first semester, right?
Damn.
So I'm like,
This
I'm down there
my fault. So
cooked.
this wasn't even in like the course of the year. This is first semester, bro.
First semester, bro. This is all back to back. The financial aid issues. Luckily, feel me, we were able to work that out. Boom, I get into my dorm. Issues with that. Now, mind you, I got put into the honors housing. Feel what I'm saying? Honors dorm. I stayed in the towers. Went to DSU, you know about the towers. It was cool. It was nice. It's suite style. It's 4 rooms in each suite. You get one roommate. I'm saying it was cool. We had our own personal bathroom. We have to go do the shared community bathroom thing. Like
Right.
it was calm, bro. Um, I'm thinking it's gonna be a sweet situation. I get to go into classes, and it's just like it was so overwhelming because I didn't have support. You know what I'm saying? Like financially, mentally, emotionally, like everything that I needed at that time was so encapsulated into football that once that was gone, I was cooked. Like I was cool if I would have been broke, but I was going to practice. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I was cool if I didn't have everything that I needed for class, but I had a game. You feel me? Like
You had the outlet.
I'm going to figure it out because I know at
Yeah.
some point I'm going to get everything off type thing.
Right.
And I ain't have that. So now I'm fucked up financially, failing classes, I'm broke and hungry, and then I meet my wife. like, like it was like everything was stacked against me. Not to mention the summer before. So when I left Widener, I was dealing with a woman at the time that I was, I ended high school dating her.
Okay.
And we were cool. I thought everything was going to be straight. Um, there was some loyalty issues, not on my part. Feel me? I was overly locked in. Um, nah, word like my
Yeah.
roommate can
Yeah.
vouch for me. My roommate at Widener, one of my best friends, right? Still one of my best friends to this day.
Mm.
We stayed together in the dorms. Bro would go out like, yo, bro, I'm about to slide to this party. I'm cool, bro. I'm chilling. I was
Yeah.
so locked on football. I'm just like, bro, I'm cool. I don't even
Don't
want to
worry about
go.
nothing
I'm
else.
so
Yeah.
locked on my girl. I'm like, yeah, bro, like I'm cool. I got a girl. Like we straight.
Good off
Right?
that. Yeah.
Whole time, shit was tragic,
He was going out with him.
man. And she was home. She wasn't there at school or nothing. Like she did classes at Del Tech. So I'm thinking, but it's like I'm right up the road. You mean like it's not even like
Yeah.
I went hours away. Like, you don't gotta catch a flight, 45-minute drive up to Chester. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. You right
it
there.
was it was a lot, right? So that summer we had broken up. I'm in my bag. I'm like, yo, I'm done. Like when I go down here, I'm about to go crazy. Like now I went down there and ain't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Right. So like it was just like everything that I had in my head for like how this was gonna go was like thrown off.
Expectation versus reality. Versus
Man. And then she comes, right? So she doesn't even go to DSU, right?
Mm.
We had started talking that summer, but we had never like linked up. One of her close friends goes to DSU, so she's on campus. She hit me like, "Oh, like I'm around. What you doing? Ah, sweet link." And at first, I was so in my bag that like I was refusing to even give her like the attention that she deserved. Like we
Mm.
had linked, and I'm just like, nah, like I'm cool. We gonna be cool. We friends, like whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't even thinking about that.
Nah, bro, because I'm fucked up.
You've
Like
been
I
through
don't,
it though.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
you got put through the ringer on some shit. So I get
Like I don't got nothing to offer you.
it.
Like I have nothing to offer you,
Yeah.
bro. So I don't forget. Like so after we had linked the first time, I told her like, yeah, I'm cool. She was like, no, like I need you to come talk to me right now, type shit. We go. I link with her again. We like in this like empty room in one of the buildings down there, and she
Mm.
just like put her foot down. Like, look, I'm here. So
Yeah.
either we locking in or we locking out. Like, what is it? Type shit. Like
Damn.
she really put my back against the wall. I'm just like, damn. Like, I don't know. Like, I ain't even expect you to carry it like this. I thought I was going to chalk it and you was just going to be cool. But she was
Yeah.
really like, no. So it's like, even at that point, she saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Cause
Right.
I was really feeling worthless. But like, bro, I'm talking about no fits. Like, bro, I was bottom of the bottom right there. Like I was wake up, go spend my whole day in the gym, go to the one of the dining halls, get some eats, go to my room, be up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, just doing shit. Like
Mm.
not going to no classes, bro. My GPA was so like I was in the bottoms. And
Right.
she still was like, nah, bro, like we locking in. Or like or what? Like what's the other option? You
Came
know what I'm
with it.
saying? So we locked in, bro. We got right. I ended up leaving DSU after that 1 year. Um, and then coming home, I still ain't really have nowhere to go. You feel what I'm saying? Like my mom, when I left for college the first time, she had moved and she was staying with my grandmom for a little bit. And then, she was splitting time between there and then living with, the guy she was messing with at the time. So I couldn't stay there because I didn't even know cuz or fuck with cuz for real. So I came home and I was crashing on my man's couch. Well, first my brother's couch, but my brother, love him to death, you feel me, opening the opportunity for me. He got a lot going on in the crib. He got kids and all that, and it's just like I
Yeah.
felt like I was in the way. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I'm on your couch and y'all trying to get y'all day started and all that. So
Easily.
I'm like, my man's had a apartment with a couple of his friends, and I'm like, bro, like, could I crash on the couch? Like, and again, my right hand man ended up being the best man at my wedding. Knew him since high school. My man's
Love,
100
bro.
grand, right?
Love that.
I'm staying on his couch, but again, it's a weird situation because he got roommates. This is college years, so they like partying. They like, you feel me? So it was a dark time for me, and I'm like, I'm in everybody's way right now, type
Hmm.
shit. I got a job working with my mans doing like labor work for a remodeling construction type company.
Hmm.
I'm like lugging bags of cement, digging trenches, like just doing dumb shit, cleaning out cribs that they done bought that's fucked up. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I had to do whatever I could to get paid, right? And then it's like I'm using that money on the weekends to get a rental car so I can go see her, right? Take her out, to get some dinner, get a
Yeah.
hotel room for the weekend so that we can have some time to get like it was everything I had at that point was wrapped up into her now. I didn't
Yeah.
have football, so I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Let me try to get right for this woman that's trusting me right now, right? So everything I had, every time I got there, I was making $10 an hour, 40 hours a week. I was getting $400 a week,
Hmm.
flat, period. So I'm talking about, I get my $400 check, I'm going straight to the bank, I'm cashing it. I didn't even have a bank account yet.
So you just go in there, getting your
I'm
money back.
I'm
Yeah.
cashing it,
Easily.
and we out.
Going.
Like whatever we gotta do, I'm getting rental car, I'm getting hotel room. We going to the movie. We gonna go do whatever. Money gone. It's over with.
Right.
So I'm still fucked up, but it's still the fact that like she never judged me, bro. Like she never
Yeah.
was like, this nigga pop. Like I can't. You feel me? I can't get. And that's the culture nowadays. Like if you can't do something for me, what am I with you for? Type shit. And
Hmm.
and I never had to deal with that with her, bro. Like even at DSU, she would come bring me food. She was working full time
Hmm.
at the hospital. She's getting paid pretty well, right? And I'm bringing her $400 a week. But she never like it was just the intent behind everything was just
Yeah.
so thorough. And then eventually we ended up, moving in together, living together, and just everything from the moment I met her to the moment where it was like, all right, this is my person was just like I never had to go through anything alone again. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like,
Yeah.
because
You had the actual support that you needed the whole time.
you feel what I'm saying? Like she kind of filled the void that football used to fill.
Hmm.
It means like I love my family. I'm really close to my family, but there were some periods at that time where I felt like I was by myself. Like football was plan A.
Hmm.
Everybody loved me when I was playing football, and then when football stopped being in the picture as much, it was kind of like, oh well, the nigga just in school now. Like he should be
Yeah.
cool.
It's kind of like people seeing that as your identity for a little minute.
For a lot of minute, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was like
We did
it
before.
was the expectation. It was the standard. It
Hmm.
was like Charles is going to go to school and play football. And he's gonna get his education through football and be great, right? And it was like a lot of the little shit that was going on in the background. Some of my family probably still don't know about. Like, like it was some dark nights, bro. Like, eh, thought about turning to doing dumb shit. Like, and again, I was never a street bull, never a tough bull, but I'm like, I gotta get it somehow. Type
Hmm.
shit. Like, I'm going to all these places, I'm applying, and they all, oh, you gotta have experience. It's entry level. How the hell am I going to get experience?
Oh, wait, what kind of
If I had
experience?
experience, would I be coming for entry level? You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about I applied everywhere on that whole strip from the supermarket to the fucking Moe's. Like I didn't care,
Hmm.
right? And nobody was fucking with me. So I'm just like, all right, like push come to shove. I had somebody right in my suite that had access to certain stuff, and I'm just like, if I got to, I will, because I'm not going. But it's still just like that wasn't me, and you feel me. I spent a lot of time on myself, really reflecting, but having her there with me through all that dark time, bro, is just like I ain't, it really wasn't a choice. It wasn't my decision. Like
Hmm.
at the same time, I was battling like with my faith and stuff, but everything that was happening just was like it just didn't make sense to me. So when things don't make sense, I gotta make it make sense, type shit. So it's like I start turning back to looking into like my faith and my beliefs and all that. I'm just like,
Hmm.
dog, like this woman was sent to me.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
No other explanation though. Like
you feel me?
when it's beside or beyond your own understanding, bro, you know where it came from.
Yeah.
I said
I
like all this my fault. I don't even mean
you
to cut
could.
you off.
You could.
I'm saying like all the stuff that you had around you, like you were saying, like, bro, you ain't had the money, you ain't have football, you wasn't doing well in school. Like everything to go wrong went wrong. And she just came with it where you least and then you in the areas that you least expected to.
Mm-hmm.
That's where God shows up. Cause you
Word.
wasn't even thinking about that. Love was the last thing that was on your mind. And he go like, hey nigga, I'm gonna need you to tap in. I'm gonna need you to lock
Mm-hmm.
in because I got somebody for you that's really meant for you. And if you go ahead and open yourself up, it's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna come with this.
Word, bro.
Yeah.
Word. Like, so it really was a no brainer, bro. Like after a while, I mean, I think it was no, I don't even think. I know for a fact it was 4th of July in 2019. I was at a cookout with my mans, and I'm just like, yo, bro, like, I ain't gonna cap. I'm about to propose to her this year. Like,
Mhm.
straight like that. I just told him we all in the pool in the backyard. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm proposing to her this year. They all like, what? What you? I'm like, bro, like this is it. Like,
Mhm.
we were only 2 years in at the time, but it's
Mhm.
like that 2 years was so impactful, and it's still like because there's still stuff that like only me and her will ever know about.
Mhm.
Like she was really there when nobody else was there. Even my closest friends, we communicate a lot, but I just never really was opening up everything. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Like she knows everything. So I'm just at
No.
a point where it's like, yeah, like what else is there to do?
Mhm. So you feel like she always like in a way like where you couldn't open up to the guys? Because I mean I get that though. Like when you have somebody like that, because even when I had like past relationships, like a woman can just provide that safety, like that
Hmm.
space, if it's allowed and if it's permitted. Like of course, like everybody's different, but like it sounds like she was just giving you like that safety that you felt like you've always needed and that like protection as far as just knowing like, hey, if you open up to me, this is not going past us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Because like I've always been, that's always been me.
Hmm.
You feel me? Like no matter what I had going on, people have always been comfortable coming and like dumping whatever on me. And it's like it's cool because I felt like I was meant to like absorb that, but I was at a point in my life where I didn't have any room for anything like that.
Hmm.
Right. So people were still coming and dumping like, oh, I got this going on. And y'all don't even ask about how I am type shit. So it's
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
to be able to release some of that was huge. And it's not even so it's like being by myself for so long. Cause literally from like the moment I left Widener to my whole time at DSU, I was by myself. Feel me? I had friends. I was still talking to people, but nobody was there with me. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I had got so used to being in isolation that I was like, I'm not going to share what I got going on.
Hmm.
And then it became overwhelming. So I'm like, all right, I believe in you enough that I can tell you these things and it not come back to me in a negative way. Because a lot of people deal with that too, where it's like
Yeah.
I tell you something vulnerable, and then the first chance you get, you throw it back at me. I never had to deal with any of that,
Right.
right?
And that's huge. That's huge. Because it's a lot of people that feel like have that same fear as far as opening up or not wanting to, because they feel like it's going to get thrown back on them in a dark moment for that other person. So I definitely get that. And it's beautiful to have that for just anybody, period. Like a lot of people don't have that. So you needed that at a time where you weren't getting it and you were suffering for, how long you were suffering in silence too. Like there was a lot of people that probably didn't know that you were experiencing things like that to that extent. But, with a good man like who you are, God will supply with a good woman. And, in the Bible, can't tell you which verse, I wish I could, but like, a woman is a man's rib. So she's there to protect, she's there to almost kind of harness you, in moments and provide that nurturing safety that, you don't get when we're out against the world. Cause you were struggling with a lot, bro. A lot of people were crashing the moments. Like that's major to even have that at such a young age to find that. And for you, it wasn't no question when you thought about marrying her. So I
Nah.
would want to ask you too, like with just being married and being married in your 20s, like what is one of the biggest misconceptions that you think people have with that?
Oh, that you're missing out on life.
Mm,
When I was telling people that I want to propose and I don't want to get married. Mind you, I proposed that was 2019, so I was what, 22 or 21, turning 22 that year.
mm,
Um, and the very first thing, oh, you guys are so young. Why? Like, like I don't think there's a such thing as too young for like I don't know. Like my thought process on it is simple. It's like if you found your person and you know that's your person, there's never going to be a right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I waiting for?
mm-hmm,
Right? So everyone's like, oh, you're going to miss out. I've experienced more in the time that we've been together in terms of, going out, having fun, doing things, traveling. I didn't do any of that before.
mm-hmm.
And together we've been able to do all of that. So I
Yeah.
didn't miss out on anything.
If anything, you gained it.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that, like that's the biggest misconception is, oh, you getting tied down so early, you missing out. I don't like the whole thought of being out there, right? Like being single and just being with different women and doing all that. Like it's not as fun as it made out to be.
Mm-mm.
Like that's a dangerous world.
It's a sad one too,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? Like you meeting women, you getting with them, then what? Oh, you getting lined. Oh, you got sexually transmitted disease. Like it's so much uncertainty with that type of life. And
Yeah.
of course that's just a negative side. But it's like even if everything's fine, you got women. What you gonna do in those dark moments, bro? You gonna
Yeah.
call one of these girls that you've just been sleeping with to vent?
Right.
Oh
And I was going
no.
to say that's the worst of the worst though. Like what you said, like, get in line or the STDs that come with it, bro. Like even just the simple fact that you don't really have a real solid person by your side. Yeah, sure, you may have your friends, but eventually, like, everybody desires love at some point. They can lie to you now, but it's going to be the truth eventually and it's going to show. Everybody desires to be loved. Everybody desires to have like somebody in their life to live and experience with. Like even right now, from my point, just being single, like I've got to a certain point where, bro, that shit don't do nothing for you.
Mm-hmm.
It don't do nothing for you besides drain your energy, drain your pockets, and drain your mental.
No cap.
Yeah, sure. In the moment, it's cool. Like you get your whatever off. You having fun. You in the moment with everything. But when you like coming home and you really got to sit down with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
who you calling? The bros, they out with their girls, or they out with whoever they dealing with. Or
Word.
now, I'm 27. Like now, my friends got kids.
Mm-hmm.
Who can you really call? So it's not, trying to shed a negative light on just like that as far as being single, but it's like kind of opening up that perspective. Like, bro, marriage is not a bad thing. Like, and
Oh
even for you,
man.
like, there's so many different positives that I hear from people, and like even just your story alone, like, bro, a lot of people really enter like a second phase of just like you may already be happy with yourself, but you really had a second phase of happiness. You got
Mm-hmm.
peace from it. You got, natural joy. Like you could tell when somebody has somebody in their life that loves them because it just radiates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Word.
that's nah, bro. There's a lot of things that you don't get when it comes to having that and the whole missing out thing. I used to think that a long time ago, but shoot, I ain't gonna lie. The idea of marriage, I'll be running towards it, bro. Like
Yeah.
For real. Like I ain't rushing it.
That's
Cause of course, like, nothing is meant to be rushed and nothing is meant for you to chase. It's always gonna find you. But
mhm.
it's a beautiful thing though. But got one more thing for you, bro, before we end this off. You're a coach, one, but also just, shout out to my guys at Sports Dropouts. Came up with a little segment called the 2 minute drill. So I got a few questions that I'm gonna ask you. Um, you don't got to necessarily tell me why. If you choose to, you can. But got these 5 questions for you that I'm gonna ask you, as well as just having you do it within 2 minutes if you can. You
Okay.
don't win shit. You my man's, but you ain't getting nothing. But it is just gonna be cool to just get your perspective more on what's going on and how you feel about certain things. So let me get my timer ready. Boom, boom. All right, bet. All right, bet. So, first question, and I'm gonna start the timer as soon as I ask it. What is your guilty pleasure song that most people would not know or understand about you?
Damn, I have a lot, bro. Guilty pleasure. I can't think of the same. Of course, I can't think of it now. It's by Teddy Swims.
I
Damn
might
it.
know it, but I ain't helping you.
Oh my gosh. Bro, I really cannot think of the name. It's the timer, dog. I'm telling you, it's the timer. Um,
You don't gotta name that one. It could be another one too if you got it.
oh, okay. So let's go with Holy Father by Manny Wells.
Okay. All right. Who's the most overrated athlete of all time?
This is gonna be a hot take. Oh
Oh
man.
shit. Come with it, man.
Of all time?
Of all time. It don't gotta be in. I don't want to think I know who you're talking about too, but
I don't even know if I'm gonna answer that one, bro. I might have to plead the fifth on that one, bro.
oh, he copping out.
I might
All
have
right,
to cop out on that one. Well, we might come back to it. Let's see how much time we got left.
all right, bet you got about you got 13 seconds left.
Oh,
All
I'm
right, if
quick.
coaching or football disappeared tomorrow, what's a random career that you would try?
I don't know, bro. I'll probably try to get on TV or something.
All right, bet 21 seconds. Uh, if your high school team had to face your younger self and your high school team, who would win?
My high school team by a million.
Oh shit. Okay.
I, I
All
ain't gonna
right.
lie.
All
Hey,
right.
I love them boys, but nah, it's not close.
All right. 5 seconds. Who's more competitive, you or your wife?
Me.
You did that right on the one.
Me for sure.
Shot clock cheese, man. Okay. Okay. But now that's what's up though. All right. Well, appreciate you for tapping in with me, bro. I mean, it was definitely my honor and my privilege to be able to talk to you today and kind of just let a lot of people to get more inside of your life and what's going on with you. And of course, this is not going to be the last that you see of Charles here on the Open the Mind podcast. But in order to get more of my guy, and especially the guys that we have coming up, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know exactly how you are feeling about this and what other things that you would like to see from us as well. We got plenty more in store for you guys coming forward in the future. But again, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, in order to get more from us, we need to get something from y'all. So engagement, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms, Sports Dropouts Podcast, as well as my Instagram too that's coming out. We got the Open the Mind Pod. We're going to put it somewhere in the mix around here. But appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. My bro, my guy, appreciate you, bro. But
Appreciate you, man.
it was a great time with you. We're going to catch you.
All right, bro.